So you guys, we all like the movie. I think that's unanimous, right?
Oh, I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have made a see this unless I love it.
I'm gonna next time I get it, I'm gonna pick a movie that I fucking just hate that I think sucks.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Wait, nope. Keep talking.
I mean, I don't think. What's the first movie I picked? Running Man was great, but it's fun.
entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm gonna pick like
Just like the worst movie ever.
yeah, like not
The
even
Room.
like a good movie. No, that's like good bad.
No, that's not even good bad. That's all bad.
I'm gonna pick like
It's funny, but
like fucking Police Academy 3 or something. It's the Hair Club for movies. Hair Club for movies. We watch the movies, so you don't have to watch the movies.
yeah.
That was good.
That was pretty good.
Best one yet.
Yeah.
It had a little bit
that's
more
true.
of a somber,
Pretty
just-
melodic.
Yeah.
I like to express my feelings, with music.
Without the dialogue, it could have been in the beginning of like a Dracula movie or something.
Yeah.
Like some sort of.
I'm getting better,
Frankenstein.
guys.
Yeah.
I can play one song really well. It's that
Yeah.
one.
I think it fits too because this movie.
And also the Lost theme.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was that it though?
That was.
But yeah, I think it fits because this movie is like takes place in what I consider like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde Town, which is fucking awesome.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde Town.
That's where they're
I'm gonna
from.
say
That's where they got the name of the book from. Is there's a town called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde Town, and they're like, why don't we just cut out the town?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde Town was like London, though.
No, it was in Northern Europe. It was not
London.
No.
Northern-
Okay.
Northern London.
Well, you guys were talking about etymology earlier.
Yeah.
Were you talking about where the name Bruges comes from?
No, we were talking about where decimate comes from. Like to decimate something.
Mhm.
It came from ancient Roman. It was or Latin, but it's
Latvia.
What?
Never mind.
It's about when a Roman army does poorly or loses in battle.
Yeah.
They will blame it on large groups of the army, and then in those large groups, they have to separate them by 10 people. This is where the deci part and decimate comes from, like for decimals. 10 people are selected in each group, or legion or whatnot, and they're given sticks, and the person who gets the smallest stick is beaten to death by the other 9, and that's how they sort of root out any, like, shitheads, and they don't even discriminate. They're like, whoever gets the short stick, I don't even care if you did good or not. It's
I mean,
just
that's
like,
fair.
Yeah.
And that's how decimals were created.
Yeah. That's where the whole decimal system comes from, and that's why math sucks. That's why math is fucking evil.
Yeah, because it comes from murder.
It comes directly from murder and Roman
fucks.
Yeah, those
Roman
Italian...
Polanski.
It comes from Roman Polanski. That's where math comes from.
Well, the name Bruges is actually rooted in like the Flemish word for bridge, and it's a canal city.
Oh,
So
yeah,
just some
so
like
much sense.
some idiot couldn't pronounce bridge.
They
Bridge.
they were
cross the
probably just
bridge.
like, this is a settlement with a lot of bridges. We're just gonna call it bridge. Go to bridge.
Go to
Which bridge though? No.
Maybe there's
No,
only
that's
one
why.
bridge.
That's why there's an S at the end of it because
Bridges.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then they even
Bruges.
Before I
they
heard anyone
Frenchified that. They're like, no, don't
pronounce
the S.
the
That's
name
the terrible accent. Oh my god.
It's
the
Flemish
movie.
too. It's not. They don't speak French.
No, but that's such a listen. Europe is such a cesspool of
Say it.
a cesspool of.
We're all from there, man.
No, we're not.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
America, man. Heard of it?
I come from my parents, alright? So I
Okay,
don't know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyways, this is the Hair Club. Welcome to the Hair Club. My name is Drew B.
This is Act 3, and my name
Shut up.
my name is Andrew.
My name is Michael.
This is not Act 3. This is the Hair Club for movies.
It could be Act 3 though.
It'll never be Act 3. You can start your own fucking podcast that
It's
sucks.
gonna be my
really
own-
good to hear you talk about movies with yourself.
it's gonna be no, I'm not even talking about the movies. I'm just gonna talk about this podcast and how much
How
I
much you
me
hate
too.
it.
Yeah.
That's the companion. It's the companion podcast.
It bookends each podcast we do. It's just me.
Just like Talking Dead. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, we should have a meta podcast that talks about this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, we need at least one person to listen to our podcast before.
Yeah,
We need to
That's true.
post
true.
any of them first. Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should never post any of these, and then
I don't
we turn
think
into
we
like
can
some
call
crazy.
them. We can't call them a podcast if they're not cast. Out
True.
to the world.
They're just in a pod.
This is just a
This is a
recording.
pond.
This is just three guys sitting in an empty room recording ourselves, and then we listen to it and chuckle.
And we're also jacking.
That's all that matters. Yeah. Our dicks are out, but that's neither here nor there.
But that's
Okay, so we watched In Bruges this time.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it was your pick, so you go ahead and.
I only discovered it like this year. My friend or my old roommate told me to watch it, and he said that he probably thought that it was a Wes Anderson film because he's like,
What?
oh, we were talking about Wes Anderson
Because there's like some pink on the cover.
I don't know. No, but he's seen it and he knows that it's not Wes Anderson. So I
Right.
don't know why he said it. Maybe he was just drunk or something like that. I don't know. He's like, we were talking about Wes Anderson films, and he's like, oh, speaking of, have you seen In Bruges? And I'm like, in my head, that made the connection since we were already talking about it. And he's like, we were talking about ones we hadn't seen, like Wes Anderson films we hadn't seen. And then he told me to watch this one. And I watched it, and I was expecting like Wes Anderson style humor, and then it was not. But I fell even more in love with it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like the.
Who did direct it? Some guy.
I didn't look it up.
Yeah,
Just
I
some
didn't look
guy.
it either.
Well, there is
It's
one.
a very British sort of movie too. Like
There's a major similarity though. There, I think
yeah,
there aren't a lot of filmmakers that make successful
Like-
major motion pictures that are original screenplays.
Yeah.
they're remakes. They're based
Yeah.
on a novel
Yeah.
or a
Oh,
play.
yeah.
Well, this was kind
This
of.
is
This was like a play on the noir.
yeah,
So it wasn't yeah, sure it's original, but it's like it's playing off of a already established theme or
Yeah.
not theme, but
like,
kind of movie, whatever.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Format.
yeah, format for sure. I
But
mean,
yeah.
it's very like with all the characters. This is one of my favorite parts of the movie. Actually, is the fact that all the characters that we're introduced to, they are like intertwined with each interaction. Each interaction is sort of like a ripple effect on what's going to happen at the end of the movie.
Right.
Like meeting the midget, I thought like when I first watched the movie, I was like, they just have a midget in here for no fucking reason.
No, you can't just do that because that's
Well, that's what I mean.
especially because Colin Farrell's character is so fucking
Zany.
racist and kind of racist. Well, just ignorant, really.
No, he's just blunt.
He's kind of, but he's like kind of dumb. He's kind of dumb.
yeah.
no.
Yeah. He's naive and like ignorant and not a bigot, but just.
I think
ignorant.
he appears that way because he's going through like a fucking traumatic like
Yeah, but
experience in
I
his life.
like that one of the first scenes before
Yeah.
you even realize what exactly he's so upset about. What
Yeah.
he did
Yeah.
is him with the Americans, the fat Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
it's funny because he's really rude, although he's right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Ken, the other character, walks up and he's like,
Yeah.
"Excuse me."
Oh, I'm sorry,
And you
guys.
probably don't want to go up there. It's really narrow. And
Yeah.
they say, "Fuck off."
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Like there was a better way to approach it,
Yeah.
but then they
And
were
like the
already
fact that
pissed off.
he's like keeps calling the guy a midget.
Oh, but that's what I mean when I say he's blunt. He's not like,
No, I don't think that's blunt. I think he just doesn't know any better. He's ignorant.
I mean,
I think he knows better.
for the fact that he
And he's just in like such
went
a
back to
stupid...
Bruges and then didn't leave immediately. Like all he had to do was when he got back there was not be with that girl and
Yeah.
go anywhere else
Yeah.
on the planet.
Yeah, but
And
he wanted
Ken-
to be with that girl though. That's
yeah,
why
but
he stayed.
because he's stupid.
That's not being stupid.
Yeah.
He didn't think that
He just had a boner.
what's his face?
That was I mean,
Ralph Fiennes was going to be there. He didn't know that he was in danger.
yeah, but he knew that for the plan to work, for Ken's plan to work,
Uh-huh.
he had to not be there. And
Oh, I don't think Ken told him the plan.
well,
I
To
think
not
Ken told
be
him
in Bruges.
go anywhere but Bruges.
Ken told
Well, remember
told him that like he's like, what are you gonna do? And Ken's like, I'll probably leave in an hour.
Remember they're having a conversation and he's like, he could have fucking sent us anywhere. He could have sent us
Yeah.
whatever, but he sent us
Why
to fucking Bruges.
Yeah.
So he's already you sense that he's like kind of skeptical of the whole situation or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
Well,
he is. Yeah.
I'll have you know that Martin McDonagh was the writer and director, but it looks like he was the writer and director of Seven Psychopaths,
Oh, that was Colin Farrell too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's like a newer one.
And that's really just about it. It doesn't even
John
say that he's
Malkovich
working on anything.
was in that too.
I guess I can click on it.
Martin McDonagh. I've heard that name
So
before.
well, he sounds like an Irish name. I bet he and Colin Farrell are in cahoots.
Yeah.
I will say this film was very heavy on like the differences between British or European cultures.
Yeah.
And,
You know-
and American
Yeah.
cultures.
Yeah.
And Canadian.
When they,
cultures.
when they, I love how they call him the Canadian. He's like, you hate the Canadian. He's just like, what the fuck are you
Fuck,
talking?
yeah.
He's like,
I love
the
that.
Canadian.
Because
There he is. And he's
Everyone
like,
that
"Ah."
sounds not English or
Yeah.
not European is a fucking American.
It's just a
to him.
douche. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
But there's a Belgian woman, Irish, British, Canadian, the prostitute from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They were driving
Yeah.
home that this is like a tourist, like a European
Yeah.
tourist.
That was kind of a
location.
theme, right? Because they
Yeah.
were tourists.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were.
Huh, I didn't think about that.
Do you want to know
Absolutely.
what I think the theme is?
What?
I'm sure you do because that's what we're doing here.
Oh yeah.
Is the whether or not people can actually change their nature, like whether it's possible
Uh-huh.
to change, be
I see.
something different.
I see.
Because like throughout the film, that's what Ken is trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the bad guy? Harry's Harry.
It is Harry. Yeah. It's Harry.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Before Harry kills himself, after he thinks he shot a kid, and he said earlier, if I shot
Yeah.
a kid, I'd
That
immediately
fucking-
kill myself.
Yeah, right on the spot.
He says you have to stick to your principles, and
Yeah.
puts a gun in his mouth.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
That the theme that
Except, I mean, he should have invested.
He should have been like, you know what? It's a midget.
I
I
think-
better at least make sure it's not a midget.
I better at least.
I
Because if it's a
think-
midget, then whew, I dodged a bullet there.
I think the theme
And the
is,
midget did not.
is how many Harry Potter characters can you put into a movie that's not Harry Potter?
3.
No, 4.
Who's the
Wait,
fourth?
is it 3?
It's
yeah.
3.
So
It's
Mad-Eye Moody
Voldemort.
and Fleur. The
Fleur,
girl
yeah.
is Fleur, whatever her name is, the French girl
Yeah.
from
So
Goblet of Fire.
yeah.
And
It was like when the schools all visited.
Professor Wormswort.
What?
The
Mad-Eye
Wormswort.
Moody.
midget, right?
No.
You know
Shut
what?
up.
You know what?
That's
No, but you know what? It's true though. They're like every dwarf, little person, whatever.
At some point
they put out a casting call, and like
Yeah.
there's only so many. You know.
Yeah, what's
They
small
have to
actors.
get so pissed.
like Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
Well, that I mean,
I'm sure
Warwick Davis and fucking Peter Dinklage.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
are,
they
like,
have
the only
taken
big
so
ones.
many roles from like other midgets. Like, fuck,
Well,
almost.
Warwick Davis has like 3 or 4 roles in all of the Harry Potter movies. He's one of the the
he's-
dudes in Gringotts. He's like the main dude that takes them down into.
I don't think that's
No,
true.
no,
I think
no,
he
no,
only
no,
plays
no.
that professor.
No,
Because-
dude, I'm telling you, it's a fact. He's
he
one of
only
the goblins.
showed-
He's
he
one of the
on-
goblins in
What's
Gringotts.
the name of the little
I know.
person from Austin Powers?
Vern Troyer.
That's Vern Troyer.
Vern Troyer was the only American non-British actor in the first Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He played one of the
Yeah, he was the person who.
the goblins.
Yeah, he was the goblin that brought them to the actual door.
Yeah.
Okay, right. But in one of the later ones where they go down and they have the polyjuice potion.
Yeah.
And they go into the waterfall and
Yeah.
like they get all, whatever.
It's like they're on a roller coaster.
That's Warwick Davis.
Yeah, but he was on. That was the only one he was in.
No, dude.
Yeah.
He's a couple different characters in that movie.
I can't imagine what other characters he'd be.
Other
Right.
little
He
little
was,
people.
There's not a
he's
lot of-
Grip Hook too. You're right.
I
Who is
fucking
it?
told you, dude.
Who?
He's Grip Hook. Grip Hook is
the fuck is
the
Grip Hook?
evil goblin that betrays them when they're in the vault and they're trying to steal the.
That's the one I'm talking
That's
about.
the one we're talking
I
about.
thought
but
he's-
he's also
he's someone else, too.
Professor Flitwick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like he's not in costume as much there.
Yeah.
You can tell it's clearly the same human
Yep.
being.
I knew it.
Underneath
Listen, I know this because
the
I've watched
robes.
all
The
of
one?
the DVDs and watched
No,
all the
he's
special
been-
features.
Every
see.
time, I mean, he played Professor Flitwick in all of the,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was Grip Hook.
Yeah, Grip Hook. He's in the last one. He's the one they captured. He's got.
I did
once
not.
the,
I did not think that he would have been both, but
Well, either way, Warwick should have been the one that got shot in the face in Bruges. So yeah,
I don't.
Well, he wasn't in that movie. So
I know.
Neither here nor there.
I know. I'm just saying.
I wish
he could have
would've
been. He
been,
could have
though.
been a great fourth Harry Potter cast in the movie, though. That's all I'm saying.
There is a joke that I've heard, like British actors say, like, because there's only 12 British actors, so
Yeah.
we're all been in Harry Potter and we've all
Every
been in Lord
British
of the
actor
Rings.
was in Harry
Yeah.
Potter. And the funny thing is, Martin Freeman was like, I was the only fucking British actor that wasn't in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He was so pissed about that.
But
But
he
then
was-
he got a whole, like,
he got a
Lord of
whole
the Rings
thing, yeah.
Or Hobbit in that case. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, what was I going to say? Something about In Bruges.
Talking about the theme.
Shit, I don't know.
Colin
I
Farrell.
had something really good to say.
Colin Farrell, I mean, this is about the time when he started to do better movies.
Yeah.
You know? Like, this is his...
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we're related. I don't know if you know that because we look exactly
You
the
know
same.
what? I'm not gonna lie. When I watched this
don't-
again, I thought of you. I was like,
You don't
this could
look
totally
anything
be
like
fucking-
Becca was
Colin
we were
Farrell.
watching it.
No, he has the fucking eyebrows.
I have the whole thing.
He's got
man.
the
Just
whole
because
thing.
he had bushy eyebrows...
If he shaves, I swear to God, if he shaves.
When, oh yeah, when I was younger, like in college, like I would every single day someone would be like, you know who you look like?
Mhm.
Fucking Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
And Becca, when we were watching this, she was like, you fucking look like him.
Yeah, no.
And we were watching True Detective, and
Yeah.
my Twitter profile picture was him from
Yeah.
True Detective for a while.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of that finale? Did we all see it?
I haven't. No, don't say anything. I haven't seen anything.
Don't watch it.
I've never even watched the show at all.
Even the first season.
First season.
No, I haven't seen anything.
First season is like
Awesome.
mind blowing.
Really?
Yeah. But it's one of those things like sophomore slump shit, man. Like you put out your debut album, and
Yeah.
then you got your whole life to write your debut album,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yeah.
your sophomore album's gonna suck.
Yeah,
Because
I
everyone
see.
expects
I see.
more. You're trying harder, and that's pretty much what happens.
Okay. I see.
I didn't hate the finale as much as a lot of people did.
The last like 3 or 4 episodes were good,
Yeah.
and then everything else was like, fucking, I don't care. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's worth watching, so you
Okay.
can complain about it at least.
I'm gonna watch it and not like it on purpose. So then, when I
So
get
you're
done with
cool.
it, yeah. So I'm cool.
No, what you need to do
I'm
is
gonna
like
be blowing
love
smoke.
it and tell everyone that how good it is and how wrong they are for hating it. That's
Well,
a cool guy move.
That's true. That's
Oh,
true.
and then you gotta hate the first season too.
Yeah, I'm gonna hate the first season. And be like,
But love the
listen,
second season.
I know
Yeah.
someone that did that, and it really made me angry.
Like on purpose or just
Yeah,
to be a contrarian?
We were like casually talking about how great the first season was,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden he was like, it's really not that good.
Shut the fuck
Shut
up.
your
Yeah.
fuck. You just gotta throw something.
You know it's a
in
good
there.
show. Sopranos. That's what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sopranos I think is overrated.
I've never watched a single episode.
There's 6 seasons, and there's only the first one's kind of good. Then the last one's really good,
Yeah.
and everyone that says that finale was great is lying.
I thought
They
everyone
didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
They just gave up. They were like, "Oh, I guess we
We'll
give
just
up on
we'll
the
just
story."
say filming.
Yeah.
We'll just stop filming and
Yeah.
That's how people feel about Lost, but I like to
You know how I feel.
argue
Actually-
against it.
This movie in particular, In Bruges.
Yeah.
Now they don't show him die. It's
No,
heavily
they
implied.
don't.
But
Oh, it's heavily implied. Yeah.
what do you guys think? There's a lot of endings like that.
Wait,
out
watch
there.
who die?
Colin
Colin
Farrell's.
Farrell's character.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what happens at the end?
He
like
gets
on
shot by.
Oh right, yes.
Harry,
When
yeah.
he gets in the hospital. and
Yeah.
then
There's.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
They
I
actually.
love that kind
they,
of shit.
Yeah. They very quickly put him on a stretcher because you see a shot of the hotel keeper with like her overcoat on. She clearly was the one that got like
Right.
the ambulance because fucking they saw.
And then he's got his like inner monologues going.
Yeah,
right?
his inner I think they wouldn't, in my own opinion, I think they wouldn't have bothered to show that unless you were it's implied that he lived. Like, why
I think-
why
yeah.
even show it? Like,
Yeah.
unless
I
there
mean,
was
that
a chance.
happens in so many films.
Yeah.
And I mean, TV shows too. Like Game of Thrones, there's a lot of characters where you're like, well, you didn't see him die.
You didn't see him
you
die,
know he's
yeah.
not coming back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What?
yeah.
Like this is. I think it's meant to be uncertain. This is.
It's clearly meant to be
I
uncertain.
like things like that because that's like Lost. Like Lost, the writers they said sure maybe they might not have known what they were doing, but their intention for a lot of the whole show is to not give too much of something and to frustrate viewers so that conversations will happen surrounding it
Yeah.
and about the bigger themes.
It's more intriguing.
Yeah,
to-
and
to
I think
not
that's a
be
good
just
way.
told.
It's a tool, you know,
Yeah.
like to
Well,
get
this
people
is
talking.
the kind of movie that like doesn't even it can't have a happy ending. It can't even have like an official ending. It's such like a strange story. It's very realistic technically. Like nothing that happens in the movie is like unbelievable or fiction. I mean, it's
Yeah.
clearly fiction, but like there's never.
I mean, a midget. Come on. Have you ever seen one?
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I think from what they set up, it makes sense that yeah, he'd probably fucking get shot like by this person if he, you know.
I like that they don't like
I'm trying to sugarcoat.
Well, I can say there's a few. At the end, there's like a shootout in the middle of Bruges, and not a single police officer shows up.
It's Europe. Policemen don't have guns.
Yeah, but
They're gonna be like, oh shit, people are shooting.
They're shooting in crowds of civilians.
That's
you don't
true.
think they would have been there like?
Well, that's a movie making.
Well, it's one of those things like, okay, if the cop showed up, then that's
just a stopper immediately.
Yeah, it stops the whole story.
But also, and I don't think Harry. I mean, he was still a successful criminal ahead of some mysterious enterprise.
Yeah. Which
he gave up everything just to make sure that this one guy died that he thought deserved it.
Yeah.
And
he's a man of principle.
He's a man of principle.
Yeah.
You can't
I don't think he would have given everything up though. He
didn't give.
He should have hired other people to.
The way it was told to me, I think he had a very, very personal connection to Ken.
Yeah.
Like they were almost probably on the same level, not as in charge of the group.
They came up together.
But yeah, they seemed like very, very good friends. So when he was told to go fuck himself over the phone by his best friend, essentially, he was probably like, "Fuck that! I have to go fucking find Ken because I'm not gonna send someone else to kill my best friend. I'm gonna fucking do it." I have to say, one of my favorite scenes in this whole movie is the scene between Ken and Harry on the phone when they're in the hotel. He's just like, because you get this very strange like character.
Which time when he's like?
Oh, it's when they're in the hotel still, and he's just now telling Ken to kill.
Oh right.
Colin Firth's character and
Farrell.
Colin Firth is.
Be a much different movie.
That would be a much different movie.
He'd have a speech impediment. And it'd be weird.
It was the strange like obsession with wanting them to like Bruges. And this really.
It's like a fairy tale.
It's like a fucking fairy tale. How could he not like fucking Bruges? He was very obsessive and a little awkward, but even more so like he was definitely like threatening because of how ready he was to snap.
Yeah.
And it was like a nice scene because they're just fucking talking about this useless town. And he's getting so bothered.
When he
needs more than just it's good. He needs you to like be crying.
When he's like in there and he's like lying to him and telling him he's like just left and he's making all you feel like I was like, fuck. He knows that he's lying, but he's not. He's just kind of an idiot. So he didn't know. The whole time I was like expecting him to be like, well, I'm looking in the window right now, or something, you know what I mean?
But that's this simple like gesture to fool him is really fooling him.
Yeah, it's so silly. Yeah,
you get introduced, even though you don't get to see the character, you get introduced to everything about his flaws and like his sort of his like motivations and desires and stuff like that.
I like that he's like they don't reveal him until way later, so he's like kind of Dr. Claw. You know what I mean?
The way they reveal him also is fucking hilarious. Like when
he's just at home,
he's like just on the phone in his office, and he right when Ken hangs up, it cuts to him. Yeah. And you just see him for the first time. And
you're like, oh shit, it's Voldemort.
Bashing the fucking phone on the desk. Then his wife comes in. He's like, it's an inanimate object. He's like, you're a fucking inanimate object. Like he's so petty.
I love that he apologizes. Yeah. For it too. I'm sorry for calling you an inanimate object. That's great.
There's another. I think actually, now that I think about it, Harry's my favorite part of that whole movie. Oh, he adds so much hilarity to like that situation.
I mean, Colin Farrell's probably my favorite part because there's so I like the fact that there are so many fucks said in this movie. Yeah. There's at least 5 fucks said in each scene. Yeah. I appreciate that.
I wish I would have watched this movie when it came out in theaters, honestly. I probably wasn't ready for it when it came out. I was probably a little more.
Was it like 2007?
2001.
Oh, really?
I think actually.
No, not 2001.
2008.
Yeah.
That's why okay.
I was probably still like not in the whole dark comedy scene or just like ambiguous ending thing.
I wouldn't even call it a dark comedy.
I call it dark comedy. The scene where he's in the church.
I think it's a hard comedy. I think it's a comedy.
Hard?
That happens to have some death.
What's a hard comedy?
Like a dark comedy is like World's Greatest Dad. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen it. No, that's like the dark.
The comedy is a fucking dark comedy. It was dark.
I think comedy is a comedy.
No, it's not. It's.
I don't think it's a comedy at all.
It's a drama. I think that's the point of being called a comedy. Yeah, right.
I don't know. I think that this movie is
fine. It's a comedy with dark tendencies.
Well, did you guys notice? You know who Kieran Hines is? No. The guy he plays Mance Raider.
Oh yeah,
He's been in
he
a-
was the priest.
Yeah, he's the priest. I just was looking this up. He's uncredited.
Really?
And I wonder if it's because his role was so small. A lot of actors,
Uh-huh.
they won't be
Just
credited
Because
for
of like SAG stuff, like you have to like.
yeah, or maybe they don't feel it's necessary. Like I was only in this film for 10 seconds.
No, but
But
that
I
makes
mean,
it very frustrating when people like us go to look up.
If
I
I'm
Well,
an
it's
actor,
on IMDb.
Oh, that's
thanks
uncredited.
to
the
yeah.
internet.
if I'm an
God
actor
bless them.
and I showed up for a whole day's work, which it probably would have been. It's not like you show for an hour and then leave.
Well, but
Yeah.
it was an independent movie. I'm sure there was a lot of favors, a lot of
guess so.
like
I guess so,
friends.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like since Colin Farrell is also in the whatever seven.
Seven
Seconds.
Psychopaths. Yeah.
I bet they're both what's his last name, McDonagh or whatever.
McDonagh, yeah.
It's a fucking Irish name, so I bet they're.
Yeah.
I bet they know each
It's a
other.
Yeah,
little
they're
racist
probably
to assume they
related.
know each other, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Kieran Hines. I mean Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah. They're.
No, he's definitely Irish.
wait, who's
like,
Brendan Gleeson?
Not
I know
Irish.
that name.
He's Ken, the other.
I think
main
he's
Oh, right. Oh, yeah,
probably
yeah.
northern
Yeah.
northern England, but I think another reason this.
We'll refer to them as their Harry Potter characters.
I wish Colin Farrell was in Harry Potter. What if Colin Farrell played Harry Potter?
Well, which character do you think he was most? He could have been the werewolf. I forget his name. Fangtooth.
No,
Yeah.
Gary Oldman. First of all,
Wait.
was born for that.
No, Lupin.
Sirius
Professor
Black.
Lupin? You talking about
Oh,
Lupin?
Professor.
No, the
Sirius
evil,
Black.
the evil werewolf that bites Lupin. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but he's not in the. He's in
That's
the books,
in the books.
probably.
That's
yeah.
not in the movie.
He's in the movie a little bit.
No, they never.
Oh, you're
show
right.
who-
Yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah.
in like
at
one
least
of
in the final
earlier
battle,
ones.
he's like the
Yeah.
big guy that's hairy.
He's one
and-
of right.
I want to look up his name.
Wait, that guy?
He's
Was-
like the leadery guy of the
Wait.
Voldemorts.
That's supposed to be
They only
the
show him
guy
as a
that
werewolf.
gave Professor Lupin.
Yeah, they only show him as
Lupus.
werewolf like one or two scenes.
Finger Greyback.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, I learned something.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
I know.
IMDb.
I recognize that guy.
Yeah, look, he's in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody.
but I didn't
Right,
realize
yeah,
that the backstory
early-
of that character
yeah.
was supposed to be.
He's in one of the earlier
guy
movies.
who
though.
gave
He also
Professor
is he
Lupin.
one? Is he the one
And you
that
see
kills
him-
one of the twins?
You see him mostly in
No,
wanted
he
posters.
kills that girl that was crushing on Ron in
Oh, that's crazy
the
bitch.
Half-Blood Prince. Was she rich?
Crazy bitch.
Oh,
That's what I
crazy
said.
bitch. Yeah. Which was very. They glossed over it in the last movie, but she got murdered by that person.
Yeah, straight up killed. They
Yeah.
show it too. Like
They show a
yeah.
scene of her face, and so you get to see who it is last second. But
Yeah.
it was very like surprising. I was like, "Holy fucking shit!" She got.
Yeah, those last
Murdered
two
by
are
that
fucking
person.
dark, and I
Yeah.
love it. The
Oh,
last
I love
few,
it.
the
I
last
love
3
it.
or 4, I guess, are.
Everything. I love Goblet of Fire. That was like one of my favorites.
That's like when it starts to get real.
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
you see Voldemort at the
Well,
very
yeah,
end,
they-
which was so
Yeah,
rewarding.
there was like a real death.
Yeah.
You know, like
a very
student.
deliberate death.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the
And
that's
honestly, what's the character's name that dies? I've always thought
That's
the
Robert
guy that
Pattinson.
Yeah, it's Robert
Yeah,
Pattinson, but it's
His name's on the tip of my tongue. Whatever.
It's fucking.
Anyway,
well, his dad is only in this. He's only in a few scenes, but the death scene, like those
when
can
his
usually
dad-
be so
when they
cheesy.
come out and like bring him
Yeah,
out,
and he
into the-
screams like "my boy." I
Yeah,
always
that
thought
was very.
he did. It was a
very
really
well
good
done.
delivery.
And
I
he's
liked it.
he
very emotional. Maybe he
puts
lost his
a
son.
lot into it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's a method.
Maybe he's a good actor.
Or maybe he's a good.
No, but I think one of the reasons I like In Bruges so much and why it's sort of like impacted. You know, this is the first movie I chose for us to watch, but there are scenes. It's a funny movie, but there are scenes in this movie that have like made me cry because they're so just impactful, and it's when the reveal of like how
Cedric Diggory.
Cedric
Yes,
Diggory. You fucking
If I would have waited about 10 more minutes, I would have been able to figure it out.
You're such a dick.
Cedric the Entertainer.
I can't continue.
So what were you saying?
No, shut up. I can't continue. Oh fuck.
All right.
Ugh, that was hilarious. Okay, I will continue. Damn. Whew. Alright, anyway. The reason I like this movie so much is because they chose to like reveal the death of that kid in a very, like, I guess, cinematically intriguing way. What?
No, continue.
Oh, well, I mean, if neither of you are paying attention, I don't even
No,
know
we are
what
paying
I'm
attention.
talking-
We have some new technology in our
Yeah.
recording studio.
I've been derailed too many times. I just gotta stop talking.
It's all right.
now.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. I think maybe at this point we should do the quiz
Are we
Okay.
for
getting
the
up
next
there?
one.
Oh yeah, that's me.
We're about half hour in, so.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna end this bitch that early?
Well, I
Well,
mean,
what else do you want to say about it?
A lot. This is a good movie.
yeah, but
But if you guys are done, then I'm done.
this needs to be like reading Rainbow. Like,
Reading
don't take my word
Rainbow.
for it.
Look, I'm sweating through my shirt.
Yeah,
Where
you got some stains going on.
We need to be soldiers, but okay, we can.
No, we can. I mean, I want to have time for the quiz. Like, give it a good amount of time. and
The
then
quiz
I will
normally
say-
only lasts like 5 minutes.
Well, it does when you do it because you fucking have shitty clues.
Listen, just because you guys got it doesn't mean it was bad.
We're smarter than you, so maybe try harder next time.
All right. Well, I'm gonna beat you.
this one is gonna be tough or
Huff.
tough.
Huff.
I've only seen this once, and it was when I was a kid. I remember really liking it, and I do think it has had an impact on my
Yeah.
my worldview.
Okay.
But I don't remember that much about it. I
It's
just
Peter
remember
Pan.
a few of the themes.
I just remember that it changed my life completely, but I
Just
still
it,
remember.
it's
I remember
like,
that it shaped me as a human being.
it showed me something I never thought of before. Okay,
Okay,
about human
okay.
nature.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
It's a science fiction film,
Star Wars.
but many people would not have thought of this as sci-fi. It is sci-fi because it incorporates technology that doesn't exist yet.
Galactic Quest.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's from 1978, and I think it's set in like the 80s.
Stargate.
It's based on a novel. It doesn't have any spaceships.
Dune. Shit. I want to beat Drew so bad. I'm just gonna say everything. that comes to my head.
It's directed by the same director as the original Planet of the Apes and Patton.
Oh fuck.
That doesn't
I
count.
got nothing.
This is I don't know if I'd get these clues, but it's hard to lead you guys to this film.
Yeah.
Although it's a well-known film.
It's well known.
Okay?
Okay.
Nominated for 3 Academy Awards: Best Actor, Editing, and Original Score.
Who was the best actor?
Laurence Olivier.
Oh.
Laurence Olivier.
Spartacus?
No.
Was that Laurence Olivier?
No.
I don't know. It's not a fucking
Barbarella.
Yep. Included in the cast, one of the main characters is a Nazi war criminal.
Indiana Jones.
No, that was one though.
Doctor Strangelove?
No,
No.
you guys are on the track here though.
Oh my god. Is Harrison Ford in this movie?
No,
Okay.
too young. It was
Too
I
young.
guess
No,
not
that's-
that young, but 1978.
That's like right before.
All right. Often viewed as Gregory Peck's first villainous role.
Gregory Peck.
Gregory Peck from To Kill a Mockingbird,
Okay.
The Omen, one of my favorite movies.
You chose the right questions to ask. I have no fucking idea right now.
I'm gonna get a little bit more obvious then.
Okay. Yeah.
The movie concerns cloning.
Cloning.
Uh,
Moon.
No, 1978.
I know. I'm just saying.
Cocoon.
No,
That's not clones.
this is good though. I think this means none of you have seen it,
iRobot.
which is gonna make it a really good talk.
Cloning. Mother.
Are you guys ready?
No. Are those all your clues?
I mean, I can.
I don't.
Give
Yeah,
you
I don't
more
think I'm gonna
obvious
guess
things
it.
about it.
Give me a second. Like maybe.
I mean, I might know
Cloning.
the title when you tell me, but I don't think I have.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It was
Okay.
like when you're doing the comedy
Yeah.
quiz.
Those are shitty clues.
They were a little misleading almost.
I just read there were
Yeah.
there were only like 5 things on
Yeah.
IMDb. So
I'm
Cloning.
trying to think what else I could say here.
Cloning.
body snatchers.
No. So cloning, it involves Nazis, but this takes place after World War II. So
Nazis and
Future
cloning.
yeah.
Nazis.
Man.
But
Okay.
no, they're war criminals, like from World War II.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Inglorious Bastards.
You know what?
It's actually along the same lines of Inglorious Bastards. It's almost like
Revenge.
an alternate history. You know.
Oh, I see.
All right. I'm
Well,
just
you
gonna
know
tell
what? Yeah, I'm
This
not.
is the boys from Brazil.
Oh,
Boys from
I've
Brazil.
never heard of it.
Never heard.
All
of
right. Then
I've
you
heard of
guys.
Brazil.
It. Holy
This is
shit.
a really good movie, and I actually don't want to say anything else about it
Good.
Really.
because you're gonna just love it.
You're gonna just.
You
love
guys
it.
are just gonna.
But you said it's not
Eat
on
it up.
Netflix, so
I have 2 copies
Nice.
reserved at the library. They should be there either today or tomorrow.
Okay.
So I can get them to you guys.
cool.
I see. Okay. That is, I've never guessed.
It's
that.
gonna, I think it's gonna
When
be
you
good.
said Nazis
I'm
and
excited.
cloning, my brain just dropped.
So neither of us guessed it.
We'll just go in order then.
Yeah, we'll just go
So
in order,
Andrew did the
so-
last
so
one,
me
so
against
Drew,
Drew.
me,
Alright.
you can have the next one.
All right, good. I won't pick.
Yeah, don't pick.
I
the
won't
movie
pick
that
a
we're gonna
fucking
hate.
dark, fucking idiot art film.
I didn't hate the comedy.
It's just not good fodder for to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, I
so.
guess so.
I will say this. I mean, it involves Nazis. It's not like the most fun.
Nazis are fun.
Nazis
what do
are
you mean?
always fun. Yeah, Nazis.
They had their own outfits,
Yeah.
their own
Yeah.
like dance.
Did
The
you?
goose
I
step.
did read
They have a
that,
handshake.
for the role of the Bear Jew in *Inglourious Bastards*. They
Mhm.
wanted Adam Sandler.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that would have
shit.
killed that movie.
No,
Yeah.
that would have been awesome.
Oh
I think-
hell no.
Okay, Adam
Hell
Sandler
no.
is bad in his own movies. He's good in other people's movies, like fucking Punch Drunk Love. That
That's
movie,
the
Rain
only
Over
one.
Me. Have you seen that movie?
No.
I haven't seen
Rain Over Me. Don Cheadle, Adam Sandler.
Oh, is it about that 9/11?
His family dies in 9/11
Yeah.
or some shit, and then he goes. He's like loses his mind.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like real like
Mm-hmm.
agoraphobic.
I was
almost.
about to.
And it's
watch
like
that,
he's
actually.
like doing a character, like
Yeah.
not
Okay.
like
Yeah.
Sabadoo, not fucking stupid
No,
Adam
but the
Sandler
guy
shit.
they
not
got
the
for the
guru.
So-
guy they got for the Bear Jew though. in
Yeah,
Inglourious Basterds.
It's
That's
Eli
Eli
Roth.
Roth.
Eli Roth. He
Yeah,
was
director
fucking awesome.
of like Cabin Fever.
Some
and
really
stuff.
awful movies.
No,
I guess
they're
Cabin
like
No, I
Fever-
mean-
they're like horror.
Cabin
Like,
Fever's all right, but he also created Hostel and like.
yeah, but
Hostel.
started-
People loved Hostel.
I think that
Hostel's
whole
fucked up.
that whole
Torture porn
movement of
stuff.
It was-
torture,
yeah.
torture horror. I hate it. I think it's
But that's
getting
why I
more
loved
way
him
off track.
as. I think
Yeah.
that's why I loved him as the Bear Jew because he was so
Well,
fucking
yeah.
into like brutalizing.
And he's
people.
in Death Proof as well.
Yeah.
He's one
I
of the
haven't
guys
seen
that picked. Oh, you haven't seen it?
Haven't seen Death Proof. No.
Tarantino.
It what? Oh shit.
Yeah, that's the
The
Planet
Grindhouse
Grindhouse
thing.
double feature.
Oh, Grindhouse. Okay.
Planet
That was,
Terror.
that was really fun when
I
that came out. That was an exciting.
Did you see it in theaters?
Yeah.
I did too.
Where they have all these fake trailers in between. It's
They
like
had fake
you're
trailers
really-
before, and they played Planet Terror first, and then they
Uh-huh.
played fake trailers, which
Uh-huh.
each one was made by a different director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like one of them was Werewolf Women of the SS,
Uh-huh.
and Nick Cage is in it,
Yeah.
and he's like an Asian like king. They're all like supposed to be like 70s like
Just.
grindhouse is
Yeah.
the style,
Yeah.
drive-in like
Yeah.
cheap like sex and violence,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
shitty B movie
Like Super
type
8
style.
film, sort of like.
Yeah,
It's not the highest quality of like movie.
yeah, it
but
was the
it's-
70s, whatever.
Yeah.
But then they played one, and they played fake trailers, and they played the other one. So it was like 4 hours of movie.
Oh.
I went to see it, and like after the first one played, like half of the crowd left, didn't know that there was another movie because they're
Yeah.
idiots.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy.
I was like, you guys are dumb. You
They're,
did not.
they're each only like an hour long too.
They're like an hour and a half.
Is it
Yeah.
really that
Yeah,
long?
yeah.
I don't remember.
Well,
Yeah,
if
I
they're
mean, it was-
walking out of a Tarantino movie period, like.
Well,
they just
the first
fucking-
one is Planet Terror, which is Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Death Proof is Tarantino. Which I guess they should have probably switched them because Death Proof is a lot slower.
Yeah, and Planet Terror I think is better on its own.
It's a better movie, but
Yeah.
Death Proof is like, it's a more, I guess, artfully done
Mhm,
movie.
mhm.
It's
Yeah.
it's backloaded though. Most of the exciting shit is at the end.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
Can we agree that Inglourious Basterds is actually Tarantino's best film?
I don't know.
thi-
if it's
I don't
the
think I
best.
could choose one. I don't think he has the best film. I think they're
I
all
think that
the same.
is my. Okay, well, I think it's my favorite.
Really?
Even though I've seen Reservoir Dogs, I've seen Pulp Fiction, Django. I haven't apparently seen The Grindhouse, Death Proof.
Yeah,
and
he's only made 8. Yeah, I just watched the Hateful Eight trailer.
I cannot
Yeah.
wait for that movie too. That
Looks
looks
good.
Yep.
fucking awesome.
Did you guys hear about that controversy where he almost
Yeah.
canceled the film?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
'cause
the
the
script
script
was
was released.
Yeah.
what a fucker. I hate him.
What?
Well, it's,
What are you talking about?
he-
Why
he
make
really-
the movie if
he
everyone...
makes one movie every 10 years and he's just going to abandon it because
Well,
like
recently he's been
1%
making
of the population read a script.
Well, but
No,
it was a
but-
lot bigger. It was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
I
thought that the story would, that's fucked.
He was
Like,
also
I
just
don't
like
think it-
I know he cares a lot about the script itself.
Yeah.
But he realized,
That's
like,
his-
fuck it, I'm gonna make it anyways.
Yeah.
Well, he also wants to stop making movies before he's like 60. because
He's not
he
gonna
doesn't
do
want
that.
Peter out.
He's not.
Well, I think it's just
He's
it's a
hitting-
really shitty thing to say about directors that continue to make great movies up until their old age.
Mhm.
You know,
But maybe he
what-
just thinks that he's not.
Yeah, I guess that's
Whatever.
Maybe I'm giving him a hard time.
Maybe
Maybe
he
he
just-
thinks he's not as good as those guys, so he
Yeah.
doesn't want to.
And maybe he doesn't want to
Peter
tarnish his
out.
reputation by making
he-
one bad movie. 'Cause
Yeah, he
hasn't
has,
made a single
has
bad movie.
knocked it out every fucking time he's released a movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
what's
not-
his worst movie?
Dusk Till Dawn.
Well, that's
Did he direct
that's
that
no,
one?
that's
I
that's
looked up-
Robert Rodriguez.
But I looked it up on IMDb, and he was part of the script, like the
Sure,
screenplay.
but
Yeah.
that's an amazing movie. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's not an amazing.
Robert Rodriguez
It's
is
not.
one that I think he's gotten a little bit worse over the years.
I mean, he did the Spy Kids movies, so.
Yeah, that I've never been able to understand.
But
Well,
he was
those are
pandering
for
to his
kids.
he was pandering to his
Yeah,
kids.
those are for kids.
Sure.
I don't judge those on the same level as.
I was
like,
never a big fan
El
of him. He
Mariachi,
made his own
you know?
fucking channel, El Rey Network, and they
Oh,
did
yeah,
a Dusk
yeah.
Till Dawn fucking TV show.
Ugh.
Oh.
Crap.
God.
Well, have you guys ever seen that movie Four Rooms? I think it's on.
Yeah.
It's
I
on
have
Netflix.
That's 4 different directors.
Yeah, and that
Tarantino's
includes
one of
Robert
them.
Rodriguez
Yeah.
and Tarantino.
I don't remember the other. Tim Roth is in it. He's like the main guy.
Yeah.
He's a bag boy or whatever.
It's like his first night working at this hotel,
Yeah.
and he's the only one working there overnight, and it's 4 stories that happen on the same night.
Yeah, it's what's it called? The kind of movie
The-
with different things in it.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say something else. It's
like
like a bottle.
like a casserole.
Casserole.
casserole. It's like, it's got like 4 layers.
Anthology. No,
No,
like American Horror Story
Let's further prove how stupid
and
we are.
stuff like that. Creep Show.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a bunch of shorts in one thing.
okay.
Fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Oh well. Okay. Well, let's end on that cliffhanger. I think.
Okay.
That beautiful.
We're
that beautiful lack of.
we're going to
information.
come back with that word we were looking for next week.
Yeah.
I know it too, man. I like.
It's like a melting pot.
No,
It's all
A
fondue.
melting pot.
It's all fondue.
it's like a bunch of small things that make up one thing.
A la carte.
I feel like anthology is the right word. Anyway, it's the hair